Hurd is out of the race for president. If you've never heard of him, you're not alone. The former Texas congressman did not gain a lot of support from voters in Iowa or nationally. His biggest campaign moment came during an Iowa GOP fundraiser when he was booed off the stage for criticizing Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is not running for president to make America great again. Donald Trump is not running for president to represent the people that voted for him in 2016 and 2020. Donald Trump is running to stay out of prison. And if we elect... I know.
So now that Hurd has ducked out of the race, who is likely to follow him? There are still a dozen candidates left in the crowded primary to be the next Republican nominee for president. Around 5 of those are major long shots and are likely going to need to reassess their future viability soon. Doug Burgum, Asa Hutchinson, Ryan Binkley, Larry Elder, and Perry Johnson are all polling below 1% nationally, and all but Burgum were not on the stage at the RNC's last debate. As we get closer to the Iowa caucuses, it's going to get harder and harder for them to justify remaining in the race, short of a miracle that brings them out of the 0 to 1% polling range. Asa Hutchinson recently said that he may drop his campaign if he is not polling around 4% in an early state by Thanksgiving. And many of those other candidates are probably having those same conversations. Now, candidates like Tim Scott, Mike Pence, and Chris Christie look a little better in polling, and they have big fundraising operations to keep them competitive and on the airwaves well into the early state primaries. But it still looks like they'll have a hard time breaking the top 3 in these early primaries, at least based on current polling. And sometime around Super Tuesday, they may need to consider whether their long-term chances in this campaign are strong. And with Donald Trump leading the field by 40 plus points, having several candidates splitting the anti-Trump vote is not going to help any of them. If anyone is going to beat Donald Trump, who still looks like the likely nominee and clear frontrunner, it'll be somebody like Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley. But in order for that to happen, candidates will need to consolidate around just one challenger. The early states might tell us who that challenger will be, but we can expect these two to remain in the race for a long time.